Hey everyone, Gary James here, and I'm doing a slightly different format for events this week. Gonna just jump right into this. You don't see a video of my pretty face today. That's because I don't have time. But we got a good amount of events going on this weekend. If you have been holed up in your house, hostage to your home on the weekend, this is your weekend to get out and do something. Just absolutely blown away by the list of events. So I'm just going to jump right into this. Obviously, on the surface, this event looks really, really boring. This is the mayor's giving his State of the City address, 9:30, but the location is what is very, very intriguing about this. This is Julian B. Lane Riverfront Park. They completely redeveloped this park over the last about year and a half, 2 years, and it looks incredible. I drove by there, or I was there a couple weeks ago, just checking it out and seeing what they've been doing. I'm absolutely blown away. They've been teasing us with these renderings for since before they even started, and it's really cool. They have a boathouse that they've built, and they've just completely redone the park. It's got a really updated, cool kind of vibe feeling to it. I'm just super excited to see. I haven't actually laid eyes from the inside of the park yet, so I'm just super excited to see what it's finally come out to. This is a picture of the construction. You can see it actually is coming out very close to the renderings. So it's right across the river from the Straz Center as well, and the Straz Center has a coffee shop that's actually open till 11 p.m. So all of this, obviously the mayor's going to be there. There's going to be a big mac and cheese throwdown, something like that. It's a whole weekend event, but like I said, the mayor's going to be there Friday at 9:30 in the morning. I will probably be there just to get the content out of it. It's going to be really cool. I think that you need to go. It's going to be a whole weekend grand opening event. You need to check that out. All right. So, of course, you all know me. You know I love airplanes, and I have to talk about AirFest. AirFest happens once every other year, so I'm always looking forward to seeing what the events are. And what planes are going to be there. Obviously, so I'm going to talk about this in terms of what acts are going to be there and what planes are going to be there. They're going to have a P-51 flying with the F-4U Corsair, which is two of my favorite Warbird planes. So that's going to be cool to be seen. The P-51 has an act by itself, and then it's going to do an act with the Corsair. And I love old warplanes. I think they're some of the coolest things ever built. A-10 Warhog is going to be doing a flight. I don't know if it's going to, I saw actually with my own two eyes, I saw a squadron fly in about 2 weeks ago, maybe. It was either last week or 2 weeks ago. So it was 4 of them. So they might be doing a coordinated performance. That would be really cool to see. The Warthog shouldn't be in service too much longer, so it will be really, really cool to see it, see them flying. There's a guy that personally owns a MiG-17. He's going to be flying it there as well. F-22 is going to be doing a demonstration. F-22 is really cool because it has vectored thrust. So where the propulsion comes out the back, it can actually vector those, and so it can what that allows it to do is it allows it to actually turn around really quickly. It loses a lot of energy doing that, but it is really cool to see. Static displays, there's going to be I think 2 F-15s there, and the Blue Angels are going to be performing. So the Blue Angel, they rotate between the Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds, so obviously this will be the first time in 4 years they've been there. So cool stuff, go check it out. Saturday the 12th, the Union Station in downtown. I did not know this, but they renovated this station about 20 years ago. It was all dilapidated and run down, and they refurbished it and renovated it, and so they're going to be doing kind of history tours of the place. This is free. Mind you, AirFest is free. The Riverwalk, that's free. And this Tampa Train Day at the Union Station is free. What's really cool is that it's nostalgia. It's pure and simple nostalgia. This is the old building. You see, look at this old photo. This is a really cool kind of take you back in the day sort of thing. I really like these types of things because it shows you the history of where you live. You can see this is actually, it looks like an old photo, but this was 20 years ago when they began the renovation, the inside of the station, and this is what it looks like today. And there's going to be a few vendors inside. It's just going to be a cool place to go and learn a little history about our city. And again, like I said, it's free. Wing It. Okay. Man, I'm so excited for these guys over at the Raw Studios. You guys are killing it. I love it. And it's the second Saturday, so I know that you guys are having your event. Last time you guys killed it with the 80s party. Congrats. But this weekend it looks like you're doing an art theme, which is obviously you guys' awesomeness. Got some local performers coming out. And if you haven't seen, this is Gina and some of her crew that she's connected with so many people in the city. But this little Einstein wood art thing just got set up a couple months ago, and this is like a picture of the space. So I'm doing a really bad job of explaining it, but let me put it this way: they have this space and they like to throw parties, and everyone's invited. Okay, so just go check it out, guys. It'll be fun. It'll be cool. And tell them you saw it on Tampa Tuesday. So our last kind of event, Spaddy's Coffee Company in Seminole Heights. On Saturday, 6 in the evening, they're going to be having a food truck come out. And what's really cool, I like Spaddy's. The environment's super cool. It's just super chill outdoor. Once the sun goes down, especially as the sun starts to go down, it's, I can just sit out there for hours. They have, in my opinion, the only legitimate iced café con leche that I've ever had. I think, like I said, it's the only legitimate iced café con leche I've ever had in my life. And I say that with distinction. So, and they just have a really cool spot. But this is the food truck that's coming out. It's called what? Cone Bros, Loaded Cone Bros. And so this one is like pork and beans. It's kind of like a wet burrito inside a waffle cone, and this one's kind of like chicken and waffles and eggs and stuff. It looks really, really good. It's like, I would think, I can't believe nobody's thought of this before. It looks delicious, so I said I'm gonna check it out. And then of course, like I said, the Riverwalk opening, or not the Riverwalk, the new park on the river, the Julian B. Lane Riverfront Park. They're going to be doing events all weekend. Go check them out. This is the one that I'm also interested in. It's on Sunday in the evening. It's a Pops concert. My wife and I are very much into the finer things in life. So I like to see people who are skilled at what they do play classical music. It's just my thing. So it's getting my recommendation. Y'all don't have to like it. I do. So that's it. And enjoy this interview I had with Angel Anderson. He's been a tremendous help to me. He's becoming a bit of a mentor of mine. And if you are local and need a videographer, I highly recommend him. See you in a sec.
Cool. Take two. Hey everyone, welcome to Tampa Tuesday episode 29.2. So, I'm here with my good friend, Angel Anderson. If you guys have been watching me, keeping up with me on Facebook, you've been seeing some interaction go back and forth between me and Angel. You had me on your YouTube channel,
yes, sir.
Like a month and a half ago, 2 months
Something
ago?
Something like that, yeah. I posted a link so people can watch that interview.
Excellent. I'll put the link up there in mine as well.
I remember. Views. Yeah, your Facebook is up. Yes,
exactly.
Yes.
Facebook is up.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I had to introduce you guys to Angel because not only have you just proved time and time again to just continuously be a valuable resource to me, I know that you care about people.
Thank you.
You want to see people win. You want to see people succeed. And those are and you live here. Like, you live in Tampa Bay. Like, it's incredible to me how much access we have. I didn't pay you to sit down.
No.
Like, and it's not that your time isn't valuable.
Yeah.
You charge for your time. I charge for my time. Yet we're sitting here and making this happen, trying to help people. And the whole point of this is to hopefully add something to someone's life that gets them from where they are to where they want to be. And that's really what I found you are. Like, you have a unique kind of gift for.
I appreciate it.
You have a way to help people be honest with themselves. It's something that I'm trying to do all the time. I always want to be honest with myself, so I'm not afraid of negative feedback. I asked you about a week ago, as we get this interview started, about a week ago I asked you to help me with a little bit of insight on organization.
Yeah.
And your instruction was to audit my time, and you gave me a little outline on how to do that. And so the next day I started, and I realized where I was losing my time that I needed to put towards what I wanted to accomplish.
Let me ask you before we get going.
Right.
Did you discover something that you were not aware?
Yes, I did, which is rare. Usually that's not the case. Usually when I have a problem, I know what it is.
Yes.
I'm just not, I don't want to confront it. I think that I've been it's almost monthly. It used to be a quarterly thing where I would notice the way that I operate has improved so much. I'm almost now the same person. And that's almost happening on a monthly basis at this point.
I call those time vampires. They suck the time out of you and you're not aware.
Right. I think this time, because I don't focus on doing revenue generating activities for the sake of focusing on it, because there are some things that you do today that are going to impact you 8 months from now.
Correct.
And I understand that.
Like an interview like this.
Exactly. 100%. And so I just try not to focus on that. But I was focusing on creating opportunities for myself last year. That a lot of those opportunities are snowballing. So I was afraid of saying no to those opportunities.
Got it.
And the solution was to set aside time specifically not for clients, that really kind of separate the operations from the business. And that's kind of that was the solution that I kind of came up with. But that's, context for you guys. That's neither here nor there. First, I do want to say we are at the Armature Works, downtown Tampa. Guys,
beautiful.
If I know like half of the city's been here, but if you're in the other half that has not, you have to come here.
It's my first time,
right? And
I'm coming back.
Impressive,
yes.
Right? Absolutely impressive. This is like I'd say 10,000 square foot facility. They've got at least 8 food vendors here. And it's just a cool place to come and hang out. It's right at the end of the Riverwalk for now. And actually, plug for an event, there's a new park opening. You see, that whole building is a school. But behind, just on the other side of the bridge, there's a brand new park opening up over there. And it's like a 50-acre park. It's going to be huge.
Picture time.
Yeah, exactly. May 12th is grand opening for that. The mayor's going to be there. It's going to be a huge thing. But so plug for the Armature Works for letting us film here and not giving us a hard time about it. Guys, come out and see the Armature Works. Like, if for nothing, just to come and hang out. They actually do watch parties for the local sports teams. So like the Lightning are in the playoffs right now, and during the playoff games, they set up right on this lawn. They set up a whole screen and everything. It's awesome.
I gotta go.
So yeah, but. Back to the meat and potatoes of this. I would really, really love for you to share, because on the 1.0 version of this, we really got into it. I think we hit a good stride with this. I had brought up the idea of vision boards, and I think for a lot of people, they're not practically applying the concept.
The intention of the vision board.
Right.
So
just to give you guys a quick background, vision board, a lot of people they'll take a Mercedes-Benz and a nice pretty home and a jet, and they'll put it on a cardboard thing on their office wall, and they'll say, these are my dreams, I'm going to achieve.
Do you have one?
It doesn't have homes and cars on it. But yeah, I do have.
What about goals? Like, you wrote them down?
Yes.
You write them at the end of the year or the beginning of the year?
Neither. I just write them as I'm committing to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, to go back to the point of version.
Right.
So, the point you asked me, what was the different? No.
Yeah. What's the
gap?
Yeah. Where's
the gap? That was the question. What was the gap?
Because you have that, like, I mean, and I understand it's kind of a little bit of law of attraction, a little bit of like kind of speaking it and claiming, like trying to focus on it, on actually achieving what you want. But I think there's two parts of it, and this is something we didn't bring up at one point. I think that people aren't really aware of exactly what they want. You know, they see something that looks shiny and they kind of attract towards it, and even once they do realize, okay, this is a goal I want to achieve, there's still not there's no practicality to it.
But look,
Right.
to answer the first question
Right.
and then addressing the gap, you growing up, you might want to be a firefighter or a astronaut or a
Right.
doctor. You didn't know what you wanted for 100%.
That's the truth.
So even growing up, you know, you might not know what you want.
Right. I just lost my second.
Point 3.
Exactly. It's all good. Go ahead.
So you got to start somewhere.
Right.
So whether it's with the firefighter or with the doctor, start somewhere. So put the Mercedes, if that's what you want. You
Right.
might change it to a BMW next year.
100%.
So just start with what you have. I think starting with something is better than starting that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
I never drawn a vision board.
Right.
And I didn't start writing my own goals until probably 2008.
Right.
But when I started writing them down, I saw a little bit of improvement. But
Right.
then I realized, thanks to a mentor of mine, that it's not enough to write them down. You have to see them frequently. And I think that's I know that's when everything started shifting to be like, now I see them daily.
Right.
I write them in the journal, and I see the page. I flip to the page, and for me the biggest one was exercise. I need to lose some weight, and it's important.
Right.
But you know, whether I exercise or I call a client or I spend time with the wife
Right.
or with the kids, something's gonna have to give up. So what's more important to you at the moment?
Right.
And for the goals and the vision board to work, you have to do something every day that gets you closer to that.
I agree. I think, and I mentioned this on the one we recorded before, but one of the biggest reasons that I wanted to bring you on and introduce you to my audience was because first you asked to do the same thing with me like a month and a half ago, and then after I did a quick research on it, I was like, well, he's got more YouTube subscribers, he's got more views, he's got this, that. It's like, and it wasn't a measuring game, but it was like you, in many facets, you're much farther ahead than I am.
I appreciate it.
So, and I wanted it, like, I definitely didn't want you to think that I thought I was better.
Oh, no.
You know,
We all can learn something from each other.
100%. Yeah. And so I wanted to introduce you to these guys. I wanted to make sure that they know that you're that you're growing yourself essentially as a resource as well.
I appreciate it.
So if somebody is watching this and they need help in one thing, what would you want them to reach out to you on?
So right now, I would love to show people what you do, instead of you telling them. So if an image is worth 1,000 words, a video is worth 1,000 images, 1,000
100%.
pictures. So, and if you're gonna create content for your marketing today, you might as well create it on video.
That's the truth.
So let me help you show people what you do.
Right.
And as a result, you're going to sell without selling.
Right.
Creating video is just more efficient. We can transcribe them. We can use export images for social media. We can export the audio for
Take
a podcast.
clips.
You name it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, just one video. One video can really change the
Show, don't tell.
exactly, and I think that you can also recycle a lot of content from one
I
video
do.
as well.
I do, especially from long conversation like this.
Right.
I cut clips and I save them, and I sprinkle them throughout the week, throughout the months, but as soon as I sprinkle them, I delete them, so I don't repeat the same clip too often.
Right.
Yeah.
Smart. All right, Angel, thank you so much for coming on, guys. Connect with Angel. I have all of his contact information above in terms of all your social media channels, and we're gonna let people know exactly where to go. Are you coming out with a book or anything that you want to plug? All right, cool. But S.Marketing.
Dot marketing.
Like that's his website, guys. How cool is that? So, if you wanna get in touch with him, I'm sure you have a contact form or something on there. Also, come out to the Armature Works if you haven't yet, because this place is just hot fire all over the place. So, alrighty, guys. As my good friend Willie Lawson says, get out there, learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, take care of yourself. We will see you when we see you. All right, bye.